one mikvah, one Father of all, above you all, and in you all. And when he sees that, he will appear like lightning from the house of the south, the house of Judah, and it will shine to the north, the south, the east, and the west. Because when the high priest sprinkled the blood 7 times with his fingertip on the 4 corners, on the horns of the altar, it was symbolic of the day that Yeshua would appear to rescue the redeemed, blood-washed remnant of Israel, stuck and dwelling in the 4 corners of the earth. Somebody. I hear you. Every time the high priest, listen, sprinkle the blood, those horns, those corners of the altar, every time he did that, it was symbolizing a day when Yahweh would take those arrows and mold them and form them and shape them into the flock of his own choosing. It is your duty, it is your obligation to leave the religion of your parents if the religion of your parents was not the religion of Yeshua. We are called not only to have faith in Yeshua, but to have the very faith of Yeshua.
Amen. Hallelujah.
And that is your obligation. Don't look to someone else to teach you that.
Amen.
Don't look to someone else to spoon feed you that.
Yes.
It is up to you to place yourself as an arrow in the bow of Yehuda. That is your obligation. You're old enough to think for yourself. You're old enough to drive. You're old enough to drink. Then you're old enough to drink the new wine.
Amen.
With a really Holy Ghost bartender, the arrow in the Father's bow.
Amen.
Baruch Hashem Yahweh. And then you'll act strange, just like you do when you drink physical wine. Baruch Hashem Yahweh. Will be the Keter over the land. It don't matter if Sharon's in power, Netanyahu's in power, Barak is in power. It won't matter who's in power. We will be those 12 stones, built up a spiritual house in Mashiach Yeshua, that crown, the Keter, the crown. And Yahweh will say, well, you need a home. You're living like Zionists. You've forsaken the unclean and pure ways. So I'll take all the children of Israel, Jewish Israel and non-Jewish Israel, and I'll place you like a crown. Listen, here's the peace process. Here is the Middle East, the mat for peace. You ready? The mat for peace looks like a crown. It is us ruling and reigning over the sons of Esau. Read Obadiah chapter 1. We don't have the time to go in there today. When Judah and Ephraim come together as one and stop blaming each other and stop condemning each other and stop fighting over my new theology, when we live this thing,
Amen.
What's going to happen is, it says he will make the house of Joseph with the house of Judah, will take the house of Esau and make them into stubble.
Amen.
Stubble, ready to be burned by the elements. The Jewish people cannot defeat millions and millions of Arabs.
Not by themselves.
We are waiting for the house of Joseph to become arrows and take their rightful place in the bow of Yehuda. Baruch Hashem. Yahweh. Part of the battle will be both houses fighting to retake the biblical land promised to our fathers. Then when Yeshua appears, when he blows his own shofar, how many knows Yeshua owns his own shofar? It says that he will blow his own shofar. He's his own arrow. So he makes us arrows in the bow of Yehuda. Listen, when he returns and sets up the kingdom, it is because we have practiced what we will plan in the kingdom, which is taking authority and ruling and reigning over the nations. Then salvation will be both, listen, physical as well as spiritual. Physical as well as spiritual. What does Ephraim say? What does non-Jewish Israel say? Well, salvation is personal. It's a spiritual condition, right? Salvation is between me and Yahweh. It's a spiritual thing. Are they right? Right on. Judah says no. If you're Jewish, you're saved. If you're Jewish, you're automatically going to heaven. So for them, for Judaism, being Jewish means you're part of a collective gift, listen, of salvation. Who's right? They're both right. Salvation is both spiritual and physical. You get saved spiritually, and then you get the blessing to be grafted into the commonwealth of Israel.
Amen.
Does that make any sense?
Amen.
Baruch Hashem Yahweh. Verse 17. We close with this. Look at this. Look at verse 17. Zechariah 9:17. For how great is his toll, and how great is his beauty. Grain shall make the young man cheerful, and new wine the maidens. How fulfilling is the fruit, and the taste of restoration. We're tasting this every Shabbat, aren't we? We're tasting this on Hanukkah today, aren't we? We're tasting this on all the Moedim that we gather together, aren't we? How good and tasty is the fruit of restoration. How great is His beauty. His beauty is what? A reflection of the Father. And our beauty is a reflection of the arrow when we become arrows in His bow. We have no beauty apart from Him.
Amen. Amen.
Look at this. Look at this. Verse 17. Zechariah 9:17. How great is His toe. How great is His beauty. Grain will make the young men cheerful. Grain here is a metaphor for what? For what? The bread of life. The grain of life that'll make the young men cheerful. Why is it going to make the young men cheerful when the two houses come together? Because we know the word of Yahweh is true. We see our brothers carrying the task, carrying the burden, carrying the weight. It's not the Jews against the Arabs anymore. Now it's Ephraim coming home to help us carry and shoulder this burden.
Amen.
And so this grain of restoration, the sounds of restoration, the taste of restoration, the goodness of restoration makes me as a young aging man. Is that an oxymoron? Happy. I may be growing old, fat, and bald. But the grain that I'm eating here and the two houses coming together as the one new man is making me very happy.
Amen. Amen.
Baruch Hashem Yahweh. And watch this. And the new wine, we are the bowls. When we behave like the arrows we're supposed to be, Yahweh makes us the bowls, the pure vessels. And the new wine will make the maids merry. Do you see the typology here as we finish? What is this typology? How does Yahweh end this section of scripture of the end of part 2 of darts and arrows? He likens it unto the marriage supper of the Lamb, where we are enjoying the grain that'll make the young men happy, and the new wine, because the new wine is symbolic of the maid. Who's the maid? The bride. Drinking the goodness of the bridegroom. Who is the bridegroom? Yeshua. Because Yeshua promised, I will appear in Sion when I see the arrows of Ephraim in the bow of Yehuda. I will appear. And so you know why this grain makes us cheerful and this wine makes us happy? Because the marriage of the Lamb is right around the corner.
Amen.
Because Zion is starting to take their place. Let's flash back the clock 5 years ago. Let's flash back the clock 10 years ago. Let's flash back the clock 15 years ago. Most of you were not celebrating Hanukkah.
Amen.
Most of you were proliferating and bombarding your families as well as your inner self with the sounds of grease. And Hanukkah is all about the sons of Israel taking authority over the children and the culture and the pressure to be conformed to the Greco-Roman culture, the Gentile culture. So this is a struggle. This season is not about Christmas. This season is about Israel struggling to get victory over the Greco-Roman culture that's all around us, that shouts to you and pressures you. Oh, you're not like us. Oh, you're not celebrating Christmas. Oh, you don't buy a tree. Oh, you're not nogging the egg and egging the nog. Something's wrong with you. You're weird. You're in a cult.
Yes.
So this is not about Christmas or Hanukkah. This is about the sons of Zion taking their rightful place according to prophecy, so that Yeshua will sound his own shofar and he will appear.
Amen.
And when he appears, the young man will be cheerful and the bride will be full of new wine, so that both the male and the female are acting happy for what Yahweh is doing. He is coming to establish not another, but us, Israel, as the crown to enforce kingdom authority over the Holy Land.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
Baruch
Hashem Yahweh.
Yahweh. Father, we thank you for your tov to us, your goodness to us, Abba. We thank you for the community meal you have provided for us and you've given us on this day before Hanukkah. Father, we thank you for what you're going to do here tomorrow and the wonderful time we're going to have. Thank you for those who have come today in faith. expecting to receive from your word that they have been fed, edified, prayed for, and now, Father, are going to sit with your people in unity. And so, Father, we thank you. In Yahshua's name, Amen. 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 We love you. Baruch Hashem. We want to encourage you to visit our online store at www.yourarmstoisrael.org. We have so many items and so many products, from books and tapes and videos, that it'll bless you, it'll minister to you, it'll teach you, it'll disciple you. So many things we have to offer. Some of the best true name music CDs anywhere in the world that are very hard to get. For instance, here we have a CD, a music CD, using only the true names from a two-house believer. Hear My Cry. And then we have other items, just to give you another example, another music CD from Yosef Green, Yisrael Come Forth, A Cry to Both Houses. So why not do your online shopping and at the same time sow seeds into the ministry, and at the same time be blessed with the best products and the best items that are out there. So again, our suggestion would be to take a few minutes and visit us in our online store at www.yourarmstoisrael.org, and you'll find all kinds of products. Matter of fact, here's the rabbi's copy of the Nazarene Israelite Siddur. You can do all your services at home. If you're out of the boonies, so to speak, and you're all by yourself and you don't have anyone to lead you and guide you, all you have to do is follow the order of service and follow the liturgy for the Nazarene Israelite Siddur. See? Siddur Shenati Lelatre Yisroel. The liturgy, or the Siddur prayer book, annually for all of Nazarene Yisrael. So we have this available. We have items and articles in Hebrew and Spanish. We have books in Hebrew and Spanish. We even have the Siddur in Hebrew and Spanish. So rather than take up more time, just go to our website or call the ministry office. We'll have one of our ministry service partners get back to you. The telephone number, you'll see it right there on your screen, 305-868-8787. Give us a call at 1-305-868-8787, and we'll make sure that one of our ministry service partners gets back to you, takes your order, and helps you with product information. And if you need prayer, we'll pray with you, we'll sing with you. Whatever you need, we'll take our time to make sure that we get back to you. But one of the gems of our product, of course, many of you are already using the world-renowned and famous Restoration Scriptures True Name Edition, which has been edited and which has been translated by yours truly from the Hebrew, the Aramaic, and yes, also sometimes from the Greek. So we've taken the best of all the world and put together a translation that you and your family can be proud of. It's all backed up, substantiated by documents, by the Dead Sea Scrolls, by the Aramaic Peshitta. The research is painstaking research, but it's well worth it, as you can see, the finished product right here. 7 pounds of Besorah power. And you don't want to be without this Bible. You don't want your wife to be, you don't want her reading texts that are not reliable, written by translators who didn't speak a word of Hebrew. They knew Greek perfectly, but they didn't do too good with that either, but certainly didn't know any Hebrew or Aramaic. So the Restoration Scriptures True Name Edition is a treasure, a gift, a study tool that will literally last you a lifetime. It will literally last you all your years on this earth. You don't want to be, I don't ever want to be caught without this. And as a matter of fact, in the future, in the very near future, we'll even have a little bit of a lighter edition in soft cover as well. So you'll find all that information on our website. Also, for our Spanish-speaking friends, guess what? Very soon, we're going to have the Restoration Scriptures True Name Edition, 3rd edition now, in Espanol, on CD, and then in a light, soft cover that's firm and that will not fall apart. We have that in Spanish very, very soon. And if you check our online store, you'll know exactly when we'll have that available. Again, we take a lot of time to make these products, to choose them, to select them, to pray over them, because we don't want to sell or distribute error. We don't want to sell or distribute junk just to make money. They've been selected, they've been chosen, so that they are doctrinally kosher, and quite frankly will help you in your most kadosh emunah. So again, pick up that phone, dial us at 305-868-8787, or visit our website at www.yourarmstoisrael.org, and we'll get back to you. We'll make a Hebraic connection and make sure you get the materials and the tools you need. And again, these tools have been selected for you, and they are not available, most of them are not available through any other source. So we look forward to meeting your needs as you grow in your most kadosh emunah in the things of Yisrael. Shalom.
Worship before